Welcome back everyone, my name is Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Radical Red, just like always. And today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Radical Red using Red's origin team? Now, Red is actually a staple character in the Pokemon series a long time, even way before Ash Ketchum himself, and there's actually a mini series created for him specifically that follows him through his journey through Kanto, and we are going to use his entire team. We're going to use his team trying to beat Radical Red, a harder ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red. So basically, we're trying to use Red's team in the hardest version of Kanto we can. So what are the rules of this challenge? We must use Red's team throughout the game. However, Red actually has a rotation of Pokemon throughout his team that you see through the series. So we are going to be limited to those Pokemon we've seen on screen. However, he actually enters the Hall of Fame with a certain specific team. So that certain specific team we have to use for the Elite Four and the Champion fight, obviously. And finally, the last rule and the most important rule of the challenge, we have to catch every Pokemon and nickname them after you guys in the comments. So we actually went through a lot of nicknames this time, 11 or 12 nicknames. So thank you so much for all the comments. Here are the comments I picked out in the previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my challenge video, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you're done there, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and also subscribe if you're not already. It will greatly help my channel. Over 80% of you guys are not subscribed, so come on guys, just kind of help me out, help me help you. That's enough self-promoting, let's get back into the challenge itself. So to begin with, we gotta choose our Charmander. As you can see, I've been restarting to get the best IV Charmander we can. We got an A, B+, A+, B+, S stat line with a C+ HP, which isn't the worst thing. We have some decent IVs, probably the best ones we're gonna get. Honestly, I couldn't get anything better than that, and I don't really want to try longer than that, but we're gonna use that Charmander to start off because Red's main ace is the Charizard. He is renowned to have a Charizard, so obviously because of that. But since the first gym leader is gonna be a Rock type, we gotta focus on a little more on balance. So Red actually caught a Rattata in the past before, so we're gonna catch a Rattata, and we're also gonna catch ourselves a Spearow and a Pidgey. And just for fun of it, we're gonna catch ourselves a Caterpie. I don't think it's gonna be used that often, but we're gonna use a Caterpie. We're gonna train ourselves as much as we can. We're gonna face off against Brendan, of course. Brendan is going to demolish my team, but luckily we get through it just barely by the skin of our teeth with our Charmander. Anyways, from here we're gonna train up a little more since we skipped the trainers to fight against Brendan for the XP share. Once we are done with that, we're gonna head into Pewter City. Pewter City is gonna have multiple things for us in the city itself. We're gonna be able to get this egg, and we're just gonna see if we can get like one of Red's later Pokemon in the egg. Obviously we can't, and we don't want to waste 5k from that, so we're gonna restart and then we're gonna head into the battle against Falkner. In Pewter City, there's two gym leaders that are required to be fought against. Falkner, that doesn't count as an actual league battle, it's just fun. But it's a required battle, and he actually smokes us for a little bit, you know, as you can see, but we get enough XP from him by losing a lot of times to be able to beat him, as you can see. And then from there we're able to challenge against Brock. Brock is giving me a decent fight as we start off the bat using our Rattata against his Geodude. We're gonna break his 31st and then switch into my Charmander. He's always gonna withdraw into his Vulpix, where I'm able to hit it with a Metal Claw and get my attack boost up. And from there he's going to switch back and forth between his Geodude and his Vulpix until one of them dies, which is unfortunate for it. Then I'm not too sure what he's going to do with his Geodude. It sends it out, we both miss our attacks, and then it just withdrew itself into his Onix. I'm able to burn it, which is lucky for us because the burn actually subsides it from killing us, and then the Metal Claw puts it down to low HP, where the burn will knock it out, and the last Pokemon on his team will be the Geodude, and the rest of my Pokemon can knock out the Geodude for us, as you can see, and we beat Brock. Since it is shown that Caterpie actually evolves into Metapod in Red's team, but he never is stated to have a Butterfree, so we can't actually evolve that. We actually can't evolve anything else except our Charmander into a Charizard, so everything else on my team has to stay how it is, and they can't evolve ever, which is kind of unfortunate because they are some decent Pokemon that could really help me through the game. But as you can see, we can't actually evolve them. We just gotta get some XP, evolve our Charmander into a Charmeleon, and then head into Mount Moon. Mount Moon is going to be an interesting place. We're going to actually be able to beat Archer fairly easily and then head into a rival battle fight where Metal Claw and Charmeleon goes crazy against our rival. As you can see, he goes crazy and knocks everything out. We caught a Nidoran in the raid dens, as you can see, but he wants to evolve, and that's not happening because obviously Red did not show to have a Nidorino. We're going to get some more XP by clearing through the raid dens right here as you can see, and then face off against Bugsy. Bugsy's gonna be a pretty easy battle, as you can see, since I have 10 million flying types and also a fire type. So we're gonna beat down Bugsy pretty easily, and then everyone decides to evolve at this time. And then we're gonna face off against Misty. Misty's gonna be the water type gym leader of the game. She can send out a Frogadier first. It's gonna, on occasion, use Ice Punch against my fire type, which is fine. But I'm able to Rock Tomb it, outspeed it, scare it off as it withdraws into the Starmie. I'm able to sack my Magikarp against it. And then this is the part where Starmie just kills my entire team. But I'm actually able to mirror move it, confuse it with its own water post, and then I'm able to knock it pretty low using my Charmeleon. But then my Charmeleon goes down, and then my Rattata Revenge kills it, and then the Floatzel comes out, and then it kills me. So obviously that's not working out too well. We retried a few more times. We discovered that we're gonna put Thief on a Pokemon to steal the Citrus Berry, which doesn't end up working well because the Frogadier decides to murder my entire team. So down goes all of that planning. We tried a few more times, but obviously nothing's really working. So we decided to move on to the next plan of action. We decided to catch ourselves a Meowth because on Red's team there is a Persian, so we're able to get ourselves one of those. Once we do get the Meowth, we can train it up in the SSN, as you can see, get some nice XP from there, and then head back into Cerulean City. And face off against Misty. Misty can start out with her Frogadier. She can Ice Punch me. I'm a Rock Tomb it. I'm a Thunder Punch the incoming Floatzel, which is gonna be interesting. It knocks it down pretty low, and then I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna sack my Nidoran, obviously, to the Floatzel, which is fine. Then send in my Rattata against it. Sucker Punch will knock it out, as you can see. And then Frogadiers can come out. I'm gonna Sucker Punch twice against the Frogadier to knock it out, as Rattata is going crazy right here. Starmie is gonna knock me out, but I do some chip damage against it, as I'm able to send in my Meowth against the Starmie. I'm screeching it to lower his defense, so everyone gets a decent attack off against it. I'm gonna sack my Charmeleon against him, and then send in my Spearow, do a chunky amount against it. As the Icy wins, I live with 3 HP, knock it down to Red, and then it's gonna recover with Citrus. It's gonna recover itself with a Citrus Berry. I'm sending my Meowth. It's gonna fake out. It's gonna do a chunky amount and then switch into my Pidgey, as I got free fake out essentially. But I got a quick attack on this, and it actually breaks through confusion, and we beat the Misty. From here, we're actually gonna face off against Brendan, and Brendan's gonna be a bit of a pain. As you see, we lose a few times against him, but on the off chance we do beat him, we get the lucky egg, and our Meowth evolves into a Persian. As well as we face off against Whitney, we're going to beat Whitney pretty easily. After beating Whitney, we get the Eviolite, and then we're going to head into Lieutenant Surge's gym. Surge's gym is the electric type gym, and he's going to obviously destroy us, as you can see with his Manectric. But we're going to start off the battle using our Nidoran. We're going to put the soft sand on the Nidoran and teach it dig, as it knocks down the Pincurchin to half HP, which is enough to scare it off. As I send in my Persian, I'm able to fake out it, put it to low HP, and then work up as it gets the discharge off on us, which is fine. And then from here, it's going to obviously switch into its Raichu as I Fury Swipe it and knock it out, which is incredible. It's like 2 hits or something like that. It's going to send us Manectric next. Obviously going to lower my attack stats, so I'm going to Power Gym it so I get a stat boost. And then I'm going to swap out, sack my Fearow against him. Down goes that. I'm going to send in my Charmeleon against him. Flame Charge is going to knock him down pretty low. Fire Fang, looking for the flinch, does not get it, but I'm able to Flame Charge it once more and knock it out. Vigavolt comes out next. I'm trying to go for a flinch once more. It's going to Vogue Switch me. It's going to knock me out. Then it's going to send out his Pincurchin. I'm going to send in my Persian against it, and then it's going to switch back into a Vigavolt, trying to roost up. As the Vigavolt roosts up, I'm able to work up myself, and then I'm able to knock it out using Fury Swipes, as you can see. And then Persian goes crazy as it knocks out the Vigavolt and the Pincurchin. And, you know, that's pretty nice for us. We beat Lieutenant Surge without a lot of problems, as you see. From here, we're going to actually evolve our Charmeleon into the God Forbidden Charizard. Charizard is a monster, as you can see. He's tearing up the rock tunnel as we get some free XP. We're going to do some free training over here. We're going to get some new items over here as well. And then we're going to head into Celadon City. Celadon City is going to be where we're going to face off against the grass gym of the game. The grass gym of the game is against Erica. Our Persian actually has access to Aerial Ace, which is a decent move. Easily able to carry itself. I do have access to an Eevee, which I can evolve into a Jolteon, which is in Red's final team. As you can see, I'm actually gonna avoid that because the flying types on my team are more useful, I believe, against Erica. So I'm gonna face off against Erica, and Erica destroys me with her Superior, as you can see. Erica also beats me down with the Meganium, which is also not fun. And then I realized I have a Charizard, so I'm gonna teach it Power Up Punch, and then go into the fight against the Rillaboom, and then Power Up Punch against the Rillaboom, and then Flame Charge it up, and then Power Up Punch once more, and then realize that nothing can hurt me. So Dual Wing Beat will knock out the Meganium in one hit, and then the Venusaur comes out next. I'm gonna hit that in one hit as well, and then of course the Superior comes out and I'm gonna knock it out in one hit. So I was trying to add too much strategy into the aircraft fight. I just gotta realize Charizard is just too good at the game. So from here we're gonna actually get the Eevee and then evolve it into a Jolteon right away, and then head into the Pokemon Dojo. We're gonna face off against Chuck. We're gonna knock out Chuck pretty easily, as you can see, and then face off against Giovanni and then beat down Giovanni, get the Silph Scope, and then head into Lavender Town real quickie. Before we actually head into Lavender Town, we're actually gonna go west of Celadon City and catch ourselves a Dojo, as you can see right here. Dojo is actually part of the final team of Red's team, which is interesting. Not a lot of people actually use Dojo, which is interesting. I actually like him, but I completely forgot he's a Pokemon sometimes. Anyways, we're gonna head into Lavender Tower. We're gonna teach ourselves some new moves on our Dojo and get him boosted up. As you see, some nice levels will be needed on Dojo because he's kind of far back, and we're gonna face off against Morty. Morty's gonna be the ghost type Johto gym leader, and we're gonna beat him down pretty easily, get the Shadow Ball TM, and get no badge from it, even though, you know, he's one of the harder gym leaders I ever fought. Anyways, from here we're actually gonna head into Silph Co. We're actually gonna rush our rival, which we are very under level, as you can see with my Jolteon, but we get to the end and Jumpluff becomes a hurdle we have to get through. As you can see, Jumpluff destroys everything on my team, even the flying type, so that's gonna be a bit of a hurdle. But once we actually beat our rival, we're actually be able to get ourselves a Lapras, which is another member on the team, and now we're only missing one member of the team, which we can only get after a few gyms. Anyways, we're gonna beat down Silph Co, as you can see, get some nice XP for ourselves, get ourselves pretty up there, and then face off against Archer and Ariana in this Pick 3 battle. This Pick 3 battle is either a hit or a miss, because either you're gonna beat it in first try or you're gonna spend another hour in here. I spent another hour in here. As you can see, his boom bursting X-Cloud is the most annoying thing. Brendan's team is so annoying. He just boom burst my side and all my Pokemon died, and none of his Pokemon died because he resists boom burst. I don't know why he uses boom burst like crazy. But anyways, we beat Ariana and Archer eventually, and then we're gonna beat down Giovanni real quickly using our Charizard, because Charizard is gonna do what his thing. And then we're gonna face off against Sabrina in her gym. We're gonna do training against the trainers in here, and then face off against her. We're gonna start off using Dojo and Charizard against her first. We're gonna use Rock Slide to flinch down the Hatterene and Didi. I didn't say I'm not gonna use luck anymore. I said I'm gonna rely less on luck. And we're gonna double KO the Hatterene and Indeedee as the next two Pokemon comes out, which is gonna be Conkeldurr and Marowak, which is an odd combination. I'm not sure why they sent it out like that. We're actually gonna sack both our Charizard and Dojo. There's not much use for him. That's about it. And then we're gonna send out our Jolteon and our Lapras. Jolteon's actually gonna knock out the Marowak for us, as you can see, and then Conkeldurr is gonna go down pretty low HP, but it's gonna knock out my Jolteon, recovers HP, and then I'm gonna Shadow Ball and then double knock out the Conkeldurr, as it sets up Trick Room, which is great for us because we're able to outspeed and then knock out the Gardevoir. A little more luck, I'm gonna Ice Beam and then freeze the Gardevoir, which is kind of funny, but that's about it. I'm gonna Nasty Plot up in front of it. I can't use Parasong, which is unfortunate because these are my last two Pokemon. That's kind of a shame, but... And at the end, as you can see, we double knock out the Porygon, lowers the special defense. It's gonna knock out my Persian, and then the Lapras can knock out the Gardevoir. Bigger threat. Lapras is soaking up all the damage from the Porygon, as you can see, and actually knocks it out eventually. And we get Sabrina's Gym Badge. From here, we're gonna head west of Celadon City once again. We're gonna head into this building and we're gonna get ourselves a Megastone for our Charizard, as you can see, which is fairly nice because which we can actually use unlike Ash's team, because Red is shown to use a Charizard X a lot. We're actually gonna be able to use it throughout the challenge. As you can see, we're actually gonna go back into Vermilion City and teach ourselves Fire Punch real quick. Fire Punch is gonna be utilized using Tough Claws, so this is looking good for us. We're also teach ourselves some nice moves on our Dojo, and we're gonna train up in Cycling Road, as you can see. But once we're done with Cycling Road, we're gonna actually head into Pewter City real quick. We're gonna rush against Brennan, which we're severely under level, as you can see, but we're gonna Dragonite in front of the Metagross as it Stealth Rocks, and then it's gonna switch into this Groudon Dragonite once more, and I'm able to knock it out using Dual Wing Beat. Then it's gonna send out its X-Cloud, obviously a Fire Punch in Tough Claws with two Dragonites up will knock it out. Metagross will go down as well, and Gardevoir will come out next and die, and as well the Sceptile and the Medicham, and down goes poor Brendan. From here, we actually rush into the Safari Zone. We're gonna catch ourselves a Scyther, which is gonna be the last member of Red's team, and our team is pretty set up. We're gonna go east of Fuchsia City, and we're gonna face off against all the trainers in this route, and then get the free XP here, get ourselves to the maximum level, and then head back into the Safari Zone, get all the tasks done, and then face off against these Alomomolas, and then get ourselves some heart scales, which is going to be very useful for ourselves. And then we're going to collect the bags in our PC, obviously, and then we're going to teach ourselves some nice new moves using the egg move relearner, which is very nice using the heart skill. And then we're going to face off against Pewter City's gym leader, which is Koga. Koga is going to be pretty annoying. We're going to start the battle using our Jolteon. I do have a focus sash on it, that's why it's so scared of me, as it U-turns into is a Cell Guard as I paralyze it, and then I thunder it, and then it's actually going to swap into his Drapion. I'm going to paralyze that thing as well. I'm going to thunder it right here in its face, and it's going to knock me out. As I send in my Charizard, I'm going to Dragonite in front of it twice as he gets paralyzed, and the battle's over. That's it. I Mega, and then I knock it out using Fire Punch. Swallow comes out, Fire Punch knocks out the Swallow, and then Dual Wing Beat knocks out the Dragapult. Dual Wing Beat knocks out the Greninja as nothing to do. Fire Punch knocks out the Toxicity, and then the Cell Guard will go down. This thing is ridiculously strong, as you see. That is so broken. I don't know why that thing is allowed to be used at all. Anyways, we're going to face off against Jasmine. We're going to beat Jasmine pretty easily with our Charizard itself. As you can see, we're going to get the Choice Band, which is very nice to have. And then beat down May, as you can see, using our Charizard. And Charizard will knock out the Blaziken real quickly. And that is it. From here, we're going to go into the Pokemon Mansion. We're going to clear through that, get more XP, head into the maximum level, of course. And then face off against Blaine real quick. Blaine is going to be the Fire-type gym leader of the game. And he's going to start out using his Torkoal against me. I decided to use my Persian against him. I'm going to fake out it, do some chip damage first, and then Nasty Plot as to set up Stealth Rocks. And then I'm able to Power Gym it, knock it out. Cinderace comes out. I actually dodge a Pyro Ball, which is great. Of course, I reset for that because I'm able to knock it out. And then it's going to send out his Venusaur next. I'm able to live and attack against it because I have Focus Sash on. I'm able to Shadow Ball it, knock it pretty low, but that's about it. All I can do. Send out my Lapras against it. Lapras will knock it out with an Ice Beam, and then the Typhlosion comes out. It's gonna knock me out in return, but I actually live and attack against it, which is interesting. I'm not too sure I did that, but I'm able to do a chunk out of it so it doesn't use Eruption again. Then I'm able to send in my Charizard, Mega Evolve, and Roost in front of it. I'm not too sure if Mega Evolving was to play there because it used Focus Blast constantly, but I'm able to survive all the hits, and then Dragonite in front of him as he only has 5 PP using Focus Blast, so I could Focus Blast, PP stall him out, and then Dragonite run in front of him, and that should be it. Is that enough strategy for you people? Anyways, we're gonna knock out the Typhlosion right here using my max boosted up my Charizard, and then knock out his Charizard Y, which is kind of funny. And then his Volcarona goes down, and there goes Blaine. So Blaine goes down pretty easily, as you can see. So then we're actually head into Cerulean Cave. Cerulean Cave is going to be pretty much of a pain. We're going to train ourselves up there and then face off against Archer and Ariana. It takes a few attempts, but we're going to get equipped to face off against them real quick, as you can see. And then start the battle against Archer using my Lapras. My Lapras can tank some hits against the Mamoswine, as you see. It's going to surf it down to red HP. And then, unfortunately, it goes down. So I send in my Persian next and then swap into my Charizard right after. I know it's going to switch into his Houndoom. I'm a Dragonite in front of the Houndoom, and then Dragonite once more as I take a Dark Pulse to the face. Then Dual Wing Beat will knock it out. Mimikyu comes out next. I'm actually able to Roost Stall it as Shadow Sneak does not knock me out, as you can see, which is pretty nice for me. I'm able to Fire Punch it and knock it out in 2 hits. And then it's going to send out his Mamoswine. It's going to use Ice Shard. It's going to do a chunky amount, but Fire Punch knocks it out, and then Durant is going to get KO, which is fairly easy against it. Once I'm done with that, we're going to face off against Ariana. Ariana's going to start out with a Hattering. Hattering's always going to start out using Trick Room, so I took this advantage to Roost up, because, you know, it's a wasted turn anyways. But anyways, I roosted up, and then I swap into my Scizor. Scizor is going to take 2 Psychics to the face and then get knocked out, which is 3 turns wasted of the Trick Room, which is fine. And then I'm going to send in my Persian. Persian is going to not use Fake Out. It's actually going to Nasty Plot up in front of it and then knock it out using Shadow Ball, which is fine. It's going to send out his Hunter next. Power Gem will knock it out. And then Rhyperior comes out next. Do a chunky amount using Shadow Ball, but I'm going to send in my Dojo next. Jump Kick it in the face, and surprisingly actually knocks it out, which is funny. Jump Kick will not do anything to the Mawile, as you can see, but I'm able to put it down to yellow HP and then send in my Charizard as I Fire Punch it, and it doesn't Sucker Punch me for some reason, and I'm able to knock it out. So we beat Ariana like that, and then we're going to actually go back and face up against Price because we completely forgot about Price. We're going to get the Choice Scarf real quick, as you can see. Real quick, get the Choice Scarf, and then head back into the most important fight of the game, which is against Giovanni. This Giovanni battle is going to be a double battle with Lance, and as I told you so many times, all you gotta do is burn the Scrafty, and Lance would do everything else for you. So once we burn the Scrafty, We reset until we get the burn on Scrafty. We're gonna be able to just sit back and relax. We teach ourselves protect, so we gotta protect ourselves as Lance do all the work for us. As you can see, Salamence on his team will always one-hit KO the Mewtwo for us, and we beat Giovanni. Well, Lance did. We just kind of sat around and just kind of status everything. But we beat Giovanni at the end of the day, and we're gonna head against Claire. Claire is going to be the final gym leader of the game, which is going to be the 8th gym leader. We're going to start using our Jolteon against her Aerodactyl. We're going to Thunder it as it taunts me, and we're going to Thunder it again, knock it out. Dragonite comes out next. I'm just going to sack my Jolteon because it is what it is. Hopefully Dragon Dance it so I can paralyze it, but unlucky it does not. I'm going to send in my Lapras against it. I'm going to Scald it, trying to get a burn. Second Scald does it, and then Ice Beam will knock it out. As you see, is Magneto come out next. Magneto is going to knock out my Lapras, which is fine. I know you guys don't like the pronunciation I use for Magneto, but that's how I say it. It's not Magirna, it's Magneto. Anyways, I'm going to send in my Charizard next against it. I'm going to start using Dragon Dance. It's going to Flare Cannon me, which is fine. I'm going to Roost it off, which is fine, because it's going to lower special attack constantly, as you can see. So it's a free Dragon Dance each time, and I'll actually get boosted up to +6. I'm able to knock out the rest of her team, as you can see. Fire Punch actually knocks out the Magneto, as you can see. He actually can send out his knocking it down next. Do Wing Beat will knock out the knocking it down, as you can see. Then sends out his Dragovich. Do Wing Beat knocks it out, and then Duraludon comes out. It's gonna Dynamax. Fire Punch will knock it out in one shot because I'm +6. And then we're gonna face off against our rival, which is gonna be Gary. Gary's gonna be a pretty easy battle, as we're gonna try to bait in the Kartana and then send in my Charizard to set up in front of the Kartana. As you can see, Charizard's gonna Dragon Dance in front of him and then Roost Stall him and then Dragon Dance and then knock him out. Charizard is pretty freaking broken if you guys can't tell yet, but we're gonna beat down Gary pretty easily using our Charizard boosted all the way up. From there, we're gonna do one last rival battle before we head into Victory Road, which is against Brendan. Brendan's gonna start off the battle using his Metagross. I'm gonna start using my Charizard. It's gonna explode on me, so I'm sending my Persian instead. Sack my Persian, which is unfortunate. Kind of wanted that, but it is what it is. Send out my Scyther against the Explode. I have an Evil Eye on it, so I'll live and attack it easily and then do some chip damage against it. Send in my Lapras against the Explode, knock it out in revenge. And then sack my Lapras against the Groudon. Send in my Jolteon next. Thunder will knock it out, and then he's gonna send out his Salamence. I'm gonna Thunder Wave it, and then he's gonna Lumberry, and then Thunder Wave it against as he Dragon Dances. I'm able to Thunder it twice and knock it out, which I should have done to start with because I have a Focus Sash. For some reason, that never crossed my mind, but it is what it is. He's actually gonna swap out into his Sceptile as I Thunder it and then paralyze him, which is kind of funny. But I'm able to Thunder it once more. Ooh, I forgot his Lightning Rod, so he's gonna knock me out, which is unfortunate. But I'm gonna send in my Charizard against it. I'm gonna send in my Charizard. I'm gonna Dragon Dance in front of the Sceptile as he switches out. Send to his Latios. I'm gonna actually swap into my Dojo, sack it to Draco Meteor, and then send in my Charizard against him. Dragon Dance in front of him as I Roost Stall him as he loads his special attack each turn. And that's it for Brendan. As you can see, Dragon Dance once more, and then I'm able to knock everything out using my Fire Punch and do a Wing Beat. You might be wondering why I don't have a Dragon move, because I don't have Dragon Claw, and I don't want to teach my Dragon, and I don't want to teach my Charizard Dragon Rush just yet, because do Wing Beat works pretty well. It's a 2-hitting move, so it's going to be useful, but I'm going to teach myself Dragon Claw as I get a chance to. We're going to beat down the Audinos in here, get some nice levels in the Victory Road, and then we're going to face off against the Elite Four. We're going to equip first. We're going to first equip our team with some decent items, also train ourselves up to level 86 about with our rare candies, some free rare candy levels. Then we're going to face off against Lorelei. As you can see, Lorelei is going to demolish me with her Kyogre, which, you know, understandable, you know, have a nice day type of thing. But we can't face against her Ice Team. Her Ice Team will destroy me, so we got to reset until we get the Water Team. We're going to face off against the Water Team, and we're going to use Charizard as bait to start off, and then switch into my Lapras instead of using my Charizard, and then Thunder Wave the Ludicolo. Once the Ludicolo is Thunder Wave, we're actually able to, you know, there's a lot more space now. So then we're going to wait until it gets paralyzed, and we're going to Thunder the Politoed. As you can see, we're going to knock out the Politoed with 2 Thunders. We're actually going to be able to Ice Beam down the Ludicolo as well, and do some chip damage. It is what it is. Then I'm going to protect all my Lapras as the Dragovich uses Outrage. I'm able to Thunder Wave the Dragovich, and then I'm able to Ice Beam down the Ludicolo once again. Thunder down the Dragovich once more. Ludicolo outspeeds me, but it does not hit me ever, apparently. But Dragovich still knocks me out. As you can see, Jolteon goes down. I'm able to descend on my Dojo. As you see, Dojo is getting Brave Bird Dragovich as I Ice Beam the Ludicolo. This still does not knock it out, as it Giga Drains me and puts me down, which is kind of funny. It's going to send us Kyogre next, which is odd. He always saves the Kyogre for last, but my Jojo is still here. I'm going to Ice Beam once again against the Ludicolo. Then I'm going to Brave Bird. I do have a Choice Scarf on my dojo, so I'm able to knock the Kyogre down to half HP. I live a Water Spout against the Kyogre, and I'm able to Brave Bird once more. As you see, I knock out the Kyogre, which is kind of funny. Ludicolo is still kicking, still alive over there. I'm able to Ice Beam once again against it. I'm a Brave Bird into the Swampert, as you can see. Do a chunky amount. It's going to Superpower me, and then Hydro Pumps me, and then double KO me, which is fine because I send in my Persian and my Scyther. Both are very good Pokemon. I'm going to fake out the Swampert, and then I'm going to do Wing Beat, knock out the Swampert, and then Ludicolo gets paralyzed again, which is not my fault. I'm going to Shadow Ball the Kingdra, as you can see, and then do Wing Beat the Kingdra, and that should knock it out. From here, it's just the Ludicolo, so I'm able to knock out the Ludicolo using my Charizard and my Scyther, and we beat Lorelei. It took a few attempts, I won't lie, but oh god, that was worth it. Anyways, we're going to face off against Bruno. Bruno's going to start off using his Urshifu. We're going to face off against the Urshifu using our Lapras. We're going to Scald it until it gets burned, and then we're just we're chilling here until it kind of just dies. I can't really Protect because it goes through Protect, but I'm able to knock it out. As I send in my Charizard, I'm a Dragonite in front of it. As it U-turns into a Scyther, it's going to U-turn into a Scizor, which is the dumbest play I've ever seen, but I'm able to Fire Punch it and then knock it out. It's going to send out his Blaziken, do Wing Beat, knocks it out, and then send out his Urshifu once more. I'm a Dragonite as it dies to burn, obviously. You can send us Hawlucha next, do Wing Beat, will knock it out as well. And then Zacian goes down to one Fire Punch to the face, which I've never seen before. And then Lucario goes down, he's gonna Bullet Punch me, it is what it is, Fire Punch knocks it out, and Bruno goes down. That's the easiest Bruno fight I've ever seen in my life. Bruno is usually one of the harder Elite Four members, but Charizard puts that thing down pretty easily. Mega Charizard is absolutely broken. That is why, if you guys ever seen the Pokemon anime, where in Pokemon X and Y, I think this trainer Elan is able to destroy everything in his path. Like, he won the trophy too, he won the Pokemon League and all. He just used a Charizard X and just destroyed everyone. So that's kind of funny and kind of annoying how good Charizard is. Anyways, we're going to face off against Agatha. Agatha is going to be the Ghost type Elite Four member. Agatha is going to normally start off using her Grimmsnarl or her Zoroark. I'm going to knock it out using my Scyther, obviously, and then it's going to sound as Aegislash next. I'm actually going to sack my Scyther against the Aegislash, as you can see, and send in my Lapras against him. I'm going to try to Scald it, knock it down pretty easily. Burn it, but unfortunately it's going to knock me out. So I'm going to send in my Persian against him, and then I'm going to Shadow Ball into the Marshadow. As you can see, it's going to Close Combat me, knock me out. Then I'm going to send in my Charizard against him. Actually trying to Close Combat and Shadow Sneak me, as you see. I live an attack pretty easily as he tries to keep Shadow Sneaking me. You can Dragon Dance in front of him as he can't do really much anything. Fire Punch knocks him out pretty easily. And then send us Polteageist 2-shot with do Wing Beat, knock him out. And then Gengar comes out. Poor Gengar goes down pretty easily. And so does the Aegislash. And the Mimikyu gets hit down pretty low with the dual Wing Beat. It's gonna knock me out. Actually, okay, it does knock me out, which is funny. Then I'm sending my Dojo. It does have a Choice Scarf on, and Brave Bird will knock him out. And Agatha goes down pretty easily, as you see. And then we're going to head into the next Elite Four member battle, which is going to be against Lance. Lance is going to just be like Claire, send out her Aerodactyl, who's going to taunt me as I thunder it and knock it out. With a Focus Sash on, I'm able to knock it out. And then it's going to send us Dragonite. I'm able to sack my Joden, send in my Lapras, burn it, and then Ice Beam it, knock it out. As you can see, no harm, no threat. Then I'm going to sack my Lapras against the Primal Dialga, then send in all my other Pokemon. I'm going to Jump Kick using my Dojo, as you can see. It's not going to do it too much as it knocks me out. I'm going to live an attack with my Scyther, but I'm able not to do too much against it, which is fine. Send in my Persian once more. I'm going to fake out it, as you can see. And then Shadow Ball it, put it down to low HP, and then it's going to knock me out. It's at red HP where it's going to be threatened by my Charizard. As I send in my Charizard, I'm going to Dragon Dance in front of it. As I send in this Dragovich, then I'm going to Mega and then go into my Dragon Claw. I'm going to my bag. I'm going to knock out Dialga. I'm going to send out his Melmetal. I'm going to Dragon Dance once more. Call his bluff as Earthquake does not knock me out. Fire Punch does knock him out. His Salamence comes out next. I'm able to knock out using Dragon Claw. And down goes Lance. Ooh, Charizard clutched things up for us. It got a little dicey over there, but Charizard does clutch things up against us as we head into the final battle of the game, which is against Gary. As you can see, Gary's fight is actually a bit harder. His Dark Rare actually goes crazy against me, and a Focus Sash Dark Rare actually knocks out my entire team, and it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. As we restart, we're going to face off against Gary. Gary's going to be our rival, our final battle, or the champion of Kanto. We're going to face off against Gary. We're going to start out using Scyther. X-Scissor will knock out the Crocodile in 2 shots. As it doesn't do too much against me, I'm going to sack my Scyther against his Primal Groudon. As you can see, because it's a Primal Groudon, it's going to do what it wants. After I sack my Scyther, I'm going to for no reason, I'm gonna sack my Persian again. I don't know what's going on over here, but I sack my Persian to do no damage against him. But then I'm gonna send in my Charizard against him. He has a rock move, I know that for sure, but he does not choose to do it. As you can see, he always uses the ground move as my Charizard is still flying. I'm gonna set up all the way +6 and then knock him out in one hit using my Charizard, which is unfortunate for him because he just has to choose any other moves and then he will threaten me. But I'm actually able to knock out the Groudon in one hit, which is interesting. He's gonna send us Togekiss next. Fire Punch will knock him out as well. Goes down. And then he's gonna send out his Darkrai next. Fire Punch does not knock him out. Focus Sash. He's gonna put me down to yellow HP as I send in my Lapras next. I'm gonna keep my Charizard as I sack my Dojo and then send my Lapras to knock him out. It's completely fine with me. We do knock out the Darkrai and then he's gonna send out his Blastoise. So I'm trying to Perish Song it. As you can see, it does not work out. He's getting knocked out using Aura Sphere. I'm gonna send in my Jolteon and I'm gonna Thunder it against the Blastoise as he Shell Smash, which is unfortunate because he gets paralyzed, but it doesn't matter because I do have the Focus Sash on my Jolteon, and then I'm able to knock it out as I miss a few Thunders as he gets paralyzed in both turns, but it is what it is. He's gonna send in his Ditto, which is Choice Scarf, which is kind of stupid because he uses Protect against me, and I'm very confused now because he uses Protect. But yeah, he struggles himself to death and we beat Gary, which is an odd way to end it, but we do beat Gary at the end, and we beat the entire game using Red's Origin Team, which is pretty fun. Charizard did break it a little bit, but you know what, this, challenges are made to be fun and enjoyable, so that was pretty fun and enjoyable using Charizard and demolishing through the game, which is kind of funny. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. My name's been Alf. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and also subscribe if you're not already. It'll greatly help my channel, and also I'll be appreciative of it. And thank you so much for watching this video again, and my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.